Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome to my channel if you're new here.
1, 2, 3.
I just want to jump in here and say before this video starts, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and follow my Instagram, because on Monday, so in literally a few days, I've got a whole week, fashion week. Basically Monday to Friday I'm going to be posting a video every single day, and in each video it's going to be a different £100 voucher giveaway. So there's £500 up for grabs throughout the week. Just make sure you're subscribed and follow my Instagram so you don't miss when it starts and how to enter.
I'm so excited for today's videos. Girl talks are some of my favourite videos to film and you guys really like them. Both my last girl talks have over 100k views. Why? I don't know. I'm just a 19-year-old girl trying to figure out life herself. But here we are. You know what, we'll call it a discussion of our problems, not necessarily any advice. But today we've gone a little bit crazy. I said on my Instagram I want to do another girl talk, but I want to take it up a notch. I want you to send me your most intense situations, your most craziest scenarios, like questions that people don't really talk about, and we're just going to go into it. As I've said, I'm 19. Do I know what I'm talking about? Absolutely not. But we're going to have a little chat about it, in my opinion, and maybe some advice I can give. Absolutely. We have got questions about sex toys, discharge, contraception, being uncomfortable with gay girls, someone's asked a question about, all topics that are maybe a bit taboo, and I definitely haven't covered it in my other girl talks, so let's just get into it. We'll start off with quite a typical girl talk question and then we'll get a bit more intense. Someone said, boyfriend cheated with my best friend on me, how do I get revenge? I'm going to tell you a line that I've been living by recently. At the end of Formation, Beyonce says, always stay gracious, best revenge is your paper. Now, this is true. You don't need revenge. Biggest revenge is you showing them what they've lost out on. You showing them you're a better person, and the revenge itself is them now losing you. Your best friend and your boyfriend or ex both losing you. That is revenge enough in itself. Put yourself on a pedestal, get some self-love flowing in you. Just, you know, appreciate who you are completely, and remember, best revenge is your paper. Best revenge is showing them what you've missed out on. You don't need to go get in with their best friends and doing this and doing that. Just show them what they're missing out on. Level up while they're just like getting together and disrespecting you. Level up. They don't want to see you win, so you better start winning. What do you do during awkward moments in sex? If it's a hookup vibe, how do you recover? When you're saying awkward moments in sex, I don't know what you're referring to. Maybe like a little weeping situation or something like that. I think as well, if it's a hookup, like, just ignore it. Just act like nothing's ever happened and just carry on. If it's a little like awkward eye contact, you like look up and they're looking at you and it's like, just recover it. Do something a bit saucy and just move on, okay? I feel like awkward moments in sex don't have to be awkward because it's sex, you know. Some things might happen that didn't go to plan, but like literally just like move on. Just don't acknowledge it. It's what I think I would do. Just don't acknowledge what's happened and just carry on like nothing's ever happened. That's what I would do. You just don't want to recognise an awkward situation and make it awkward. Just literally just quickly move on. Act like nothing's happened. I thought this was interesting because if you listen to the girls podcast, they were talking about this the other day. Thoughts on keeping your ex on social media when you have a new boyfriend. Help? I don't know. I don't think there's any need to, but I think I have deleted some pictures of my ex now. I don't think there's any need to, but I also don't think, like, if your Instagram is like full of your ex and you go on your Instagram and it's literally like, wow, like think what you would feel like if you went on his and his was literally all of his ex-girlfriend, you wouldn't want that either. So if you have like literally every other photo is with him, like, you know, maybe delete a few, delete most of them, so that like just for their sake when they go on, it's not like, or like think if all your friends were going on to his and it was just all his ex-girlfriend, everyone be a bit like, so do you not find that a bit like awkward? Everyone be a bit like cringe. So I don't think there's like need to delete them. If it's like a 2-year ago relationship, you've got to scroll through like 200 posts and to find one picture. That's what mine was like. I think I've deleted them now anyway because I was stalking myself and seeing them and I was like, they don't really need to be on here now. I've just archived them. I always say archive. I just archived them. But yeah, I think if you're like all of your pictures are like him and you go on your account and it's like, whoa, ex, then like, yeah, maybe delete them out of like respect for your new boyfriend. But if they're like 2 years ago and like you can't be bothered to go and find them, there's like in like one picture, I don't think it's that much of a big deal. It's not, doesn't mean like you're still in love with your ex. It just means like, oops, you've got a picture with him from 2 years ago. So this is the question I was talking about. It says, would you be offended if a gay girl asked if you're straight? PS, love your vids queen. Thanks, love you. No, like not even slightly. I don't think there's anything to be offended about. I think it's completely like, do you know what I mean? Like, what, like, so if someone asked if I was chatting to a girl and I thought it was like friends and she thought it was a different thing, and then she was like, oh, are you straight or are you, like, I would not take that. It's not an offense to be asked if like you're gay. Like, I don't think, I maybe like get it in the sense that like they might feel awkward like asking you and like bringing it up, but like there is absolutely no way I would be offended. And I like to think I talk for most girls and guys when I say that because I feel like it's a question that kind of like not has to be asked, but if you're unsure, like you need to kind of ask at some stage, because you don't know if you're friends or if like you're chatting. If two guys are chatting, like one of them that's straight might think it's friends and the other one like might think it's something else. So like I don't know. Like when I seen this question I was like, fair, because I get how like if you were the girl you might feel awkward asking like, are you gay or are you straight? I don't know, is that an awkward conversation to have? I feel like I might understand how it might be awkward to ask, because obviously you want the right answer back, like you want the good answer back for you. Not like, do you think it should be awkward to ask, but there's no way I'd be offended. No, like absolutely no way. It's not like an offensive thing to be asked if you're gay, so no. If you're a girl out there and you want to ask a gal if she's straight, gay or not, just ask. And if she is offended and she's like, oh my god, what? Like, good thing you asked, because you don't want to talk to someone who like thinks that's an offensive thing to be asked. Do you know what I mean? Someone said, did it hurt your first time? Because me and my BF are getting to that stage, like I'm scared. Lol. My first time didn't hurt. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, ow. Like obviously it's a bit weird, it's a bit uncomfortable, it's a bit orky-porky sometimes. It definitely didn't hurt. I didn't bleed either, but literally I know so many people that have so many different stories. Like one of my friends literally bled for like days, like period pad, like bled. Don't be scared, like it doesn't matter, like it didn't hurt, she just bled, because you know it's a very new action to happen to your body if you've not had it before. I didn't hurt. I know girls that did hurt. It's just like a whole, you can't compare your experience to anyone else. It's literally so different for everyone. So one, don't be scared, it's fine, especially if it's like you said with your boyfriend. There's nothing to be worried about. You know you're both going into it together. Even if he slept with people before, he knows what he's doing then, like he's a bit more experienced. If he haven't, you're both going in together, no idea what to expect. Definitely don't be scared, like there's literally nothing to be scared of. But talking from experience, no, didn't hurt, didn't bleed. I think it is more common for it to hurt and for you to bleed than not. I think hurt is more common than bleed, but I do know a lot of people that like bleed, whether it's like a tiny little bit there and then, or like I said, like I have a friend who was literally period pad for like a few days. Also, another thing that was discussed on the girls podcast, my boyfriend has Beso naked girls saved on his IG and knows it upsets me what to do. I think this is so weird, like really weird. Okay, who are these girls? Are they influencers, celebrities, are they pals? Like first, if they're influencers and celebrities, like still a bit weird, still a bit upsetting, but like a bit more like, all right, whatever, you don't actually know them. But if there's people like, you know, like bikini pics and stuff, not really okay. And if he knows it's upsetting you, like just, what's the word I'm looking for? Really let him know that, like, tell him again, like not exaggerate it, but there's a word beginning with E that I want. I'm not sure, but yeah, you know, just you have to let him know again and like talk to him, like really make sure he understands, like no, it's not even just like I'm a bit uncomfortable, like this is actually upsetting me. And if he knows something's upsetting you and he's like not changing it, it's not very good behavior. Do we want to be with boys who are happy with upsetting us? Absolutely not. So have the chat again, make sure he really understands that, like no, I'm actually upset, like I actually don't like this. And as I said, if he carries on, but if he doesn't, it's fine. But yeah, I feel like sometimes boys are like, oh, it's upset me, and they're like, oh, okay, sorry, and then they don't like think enough to actually stop doing it. They're like, oh, we've had the conversation, I've said I'm sorry, and like it's like liking girls' pictures. Boys just like carry on because they don't even realize they're kind of doing it. Like maybe he still has them but doesn't go back to them, but still has them because he hasn't bothered like unsaving all of them. Do you know what I mean? So like maybe he had the conversation, was like, okay, upset, so like I'm not gonna look at them, but then didn't bother unsaving them, but then be like, no, can you actually get rid of them as well, because peace of mind. So you know what I mean, maybe he's not trying to be the bad guy, maybe he's just, boys don't really think, maybe he's not thought the whole way through of what it actually entails, like getting rid of them and stuff, if you know what I mean. Now some more juicy ones. I say juicy, these are just not even taboo topics, they shouldn't be, but especially this one. Basically people were saying skipping the periods with pill, and someone said, would you ever try the coil? Tried getting the pill and implant removed. Tried the pill, getting the implant removed tomorrow, actually done with contraception, no, she said. Trust me, been there, done that, got a t-shirt, not with the coil, but I've tried the pill, the injection, the pill, the implant, now I'm on the injection. Implant, ruined my life. Would I get the coil? No, because I'm on the injection, it works really, really well for me, but I don't think, like I have pals that are on the coil, or I have I think I have one pal that's on the coil. I think it's a great option. It's non-hormonal, is it? I'm not one to give advice on the coil because I don't know what I'm doing, but pill, well, pill's like fine, but I had really irregular periods. Like sometimes I'd be like 3 weeks and I'd get one week, or sometimes I'd like literally have one for 3 weeks, and then I got the implant because the pill wasn't working. Constant period for 6 months, and if it wasn't constant, I forgot that periods was 1 week on, I was off for 1 week. Like I'd have 3 week periods, then a week break, and then 3 weeks, and then a week break, and I just couldn't deal with it. And my jaw, and I'm still suffering from it now, like scars, my jaw, I'll put up some pictures if I can, raw red, screaming spots, so sore, like massive. Nothing I would do would get them away. And I went to get it taken out and they were like, can we give you the pill as well to calm it down? And I was like, I don't want to be on 2 contraceptions, how about we get the implant out and I just go on the pill? Like, why do I need both? I don't. I had it in for 6 months. 6 months? Yeah, I think I had it in for like 6 months. And obviously it's like a 5-year thing, so they want you to try it for longer. But I was like, absolutely not, get this out of my body now, it's ruining my life. And then went on the injection, been on the injection for like 2 years. I love it. Don't get any periods, but I've not had any other side effects, I don't think. Maybe like a tiny bit of like weight gain here and there, but like, and maybe my family would like to argue that I'm a little bit of a moody bitch, but I don't think there's any side effects. I just don't get a period, which I think is fine. And then someone said, what do you wish you knew when you were younger about that you do now about discharge? That it's completely normal. I used to freak out. Like, I used to hate it. I didn't understand. I thought I was the only person. I was like, oh my god, this is so weird. Because like, I'm sorry, but when you do sex ed, anyone else like just get taught about boys things, and they don't tell you that like girls, they don't tell you about girl masturbation, they don't tell you about female pleasure, they don't tell you about things like this, like discharge and whatever. They're just like, girls, you're gonna maybe grow boobs and get a period. Boys, you're gonna have like wet dreams, you're gonna masturbate, you're gonna whatever. And I feel like you get taught everything about a boy, and girls are left just being like, oh, so I'm gonna get a period. So you're waiting for your period, and then on come discharge instead, and you're like, what? I'm gonna shout her out because I absolutely love her, and this video made me realise 2 years ago that I am completely normal. And until 2 years ago, I actually still thought it was really strange. The Crude Vegan did a video about like discharge. It actually went really well for her, like it literally went like viral. So I'm gonna put it up here if I can, I'm gonna link it down below. And she just makes it sound so normal, man. And like the comments on that video, it's just like, okay, like it is normal, like everyone gets it, it's so natural, it's so normal. Everyone's is different, people get different amounts, some people get a lot, some people get hardly any. But like, I just wish I knew that it was normal, because I genuinely had no idea what it was, and like no idea what was going on. But realistically, everyone just gets it. And then last one, actually, I feel like we rushed through them. I've not even cut off my camera yet. Sex toys / taboo, someone said. And we're gonna link this in with female pleasure. Charlotte, the lovely Charlotte Emily Price, did a post today about female pleasure. Honestly, go and follow her. She talks about all things woman, all things like just taboo topics, and just brings light to everything that we should be talking about. She did a post today on female pleasure, and again she was talking about how something is just not something that we get taught, and almost something that's like not frowned upon, but just seen as a bit like wrong and a bit like gross. I know growing up I was like, even to like a year ago, I was like, no, what? I don't like touch myself, that's so weird. And I genuinely hadn't, like I genuinely was like, I'm not trying that, that's weird. Like, no, we were taught boys do that, girls don't do that. Like, oh my god. Do you know what else? We were taught that sex finishes when boys finish. But that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, I mean, like what? Girls can have sex toys, girls can masturbate, girls can do whatever they want to do with their own body. And I think people need to like say that more. Like, for topics like this that are taboo, like I could talk a lot more about them and like personal experience, but I just think at the end of the day, it's your body, whatever you want to do with it. It's not gross, it's not wrong, it's not whatever. So go ahead, buy 10 sex toys, buy a dildo, buy a vibrator, do whatever you want. Like, no one's telling you it's wrong, no one's saying it's gross. Like, normalize it. Do you know what I mean? It just should not be a taboo topic. And I think we should start a petition. I'm sure there's so many petitions like getting taught more about girls and our own bodies and female pleasure in sex ed, not just you're gonna have sex and the guy's gonna finish and that's gonna be the end of sex and you just gotta deal with it. But you can't do it yourself because that's gross. Do me a favour, do you know what I mean? Anyway, I feel like I've definitely opened up in that video a tiny bit, but it was more about like your guys' problems. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you hop over to my Instagram if you did and get involved, and you'll be able to ask me questions when I do videos like this and stuff. I really want to do a boy talk, but when I did a boy talk I didn't do so well on my channel, but the people that did watch it loved it. So if you want me to do a boy talk all about like boy scenarios, maybe we can get a few of my housemates in for different opinions, could be super fun. Let me know down below and over on my Instagram. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Please, please, please subscribe down below. I hope you have the best day ever. Make sure you're all staying safe as always, and I'll see you next time. Bye.